Let's dive right into a thought experiment that asks one single world-altering question. What if everybody, all at once, knew the exact day they were going to die?
Just imagine this for a second. You wake up, you roll over, grab your phone, just like any other morning. But today, there's something new on the screen. It's not a notification, it's not some alert, it's just a date. And your mind just starts scrambling, right? Is it a birthday, an appointment you completely forgot about? But no, it's not a calendar event. It's not a reminder for anything. It's your death date. And in that one quiet moment, you know with absolute bone-deep certainty the day you will die. And here's the kicker. You also know that every single other person on the planet is looking at their own date right now. So, what happens to the world? Well, first comes the shock. We're calling this part the day the future ended, because what really shatters isn't the planet itself, it's our belief that we have forever.
The source material we're looking at just nails it with this line. The world didn't end that day, but the illusion that it would go on forever did. See, this isn't about some apocalypse. It's about the end of a fundamental story we've been telling ourselves for thousands of years.
So how does humanity even begin to react to this? Well, our next section, The First Cracks Appear, is all about that initial, frantic search for an explanation in a world that suddenly has none to offer.
It's initial, pure chaos. Everyone rushes to their doctors, to scientists, demanding a reason. But our science, all our logic, it just completely fails. There's no rhyme or reason. You have perfectly healthy young people finding out they only have days left, while terminally ill patients are looking at dates decades into the future. It makes no sense.
And the whole world is forced to face this one brutal truth. The randomness we always kind of suspected about life and death, it's now a proven fact. As the source says, death had stopped pretending to be fair.
Okay, so once that initial shock starts to give way to this new reality, how does society itself begin to change? This next part, A World Without Someday, gets into how the very pillars of our civilization start to fracture under this new heavy weight of certainty.
You know what feels it first? Our relationships. That single word, someday, just vanishes from our vocabulary. Love, which is so often built on this promise of a long shared future, is now forced into the here and now. You've got people proposing on the spot and other people ending decades-long marriages without even a word. It's just brutally honest.
And then comes work. The whole idea of a career, of climbing some corporate ladder for a retirement that, well, may never even come, it becomes completely absurd. People with short timelines just quit, overnight. Those with long ones suddenly lose their rush. The urgency is just gone.
This fundamentally rewires our relationship with time itself. It stops being this abstract resource you can manage or invest. For every single person on Earth, it is now a visible, ticking clock. And from there, the big systems just start to crumble like dominoes. The insurance industry, it's built on calculating uncertainty, so it's gone. Prisons empty out. How do you threaten someone with a life sentence when they know for a fact they have 50 years left? War, finance, government, they all depended on an unknown future. How on earth do you regulate certainty? You can't.
But right as we're teetering on the edge of total societal collapse, something else, something unexpected begins to happen. This next part is the unexpected awakening, and it marks this huge pivot from global panic to something much, much deeper, global presence.
See, this new reality, it forces all of humanity to grapple with its biggest philosophical questions. Is our fate actually written in stone, or was this knowledge simply revealed to us? It sparks this massive crisis of faith and free will on a scale we have never, ever seen before.
And just when it seems like the world is about to tear itself apart with all these unanswerable questions and collapsing systems, it doesn't. Instead, something profound, something truly unexpected starts to take hold. People just started to live differently. Not louder, not faster, but truer. They stopped pretending. They finally made those phone calls they'd been putting off for years. They forgave old grudges. Because with a finite, known timeline, the future stopped being a distraction. The present moment became absolutely everything. Which brings us to our final section, the price of certainty. This is all about the ultimate lesson here, the huge takeaway from this incredible, world-altering transformation of human consciousness. And this, right here, is the core of it. For all of human history, we've been haunted by one question.
When will I die? But now, with that answered, a new, way more powerful question takes its place. What am I doing until then? The focus completely shifts from fate to choice.
And in the end, this knowledge didn't create some perfect utopia. I mean, people are still people. But it did create something that's arguably more valuable. An honest world. A world that was finally stripped of the lie that we have all the time in the world.
And that's the final really provocative idea this whole thing leaves us with. When the destination is known, the journey is all that matters. Every single moment stops being something that just happens to you. It becomes a choice. And that really is the question for all of us, isn't it?